crack.
Kelly is muted again.
Fuck.
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay.
We love a take two.
I swear, y'all. Hey,
Crack. There, we'll do it again.
Good job, everyone. Welcome to Tiddies by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade actual play run entirely by creatures of marginalized genders and presented by Tabletop Tiddies. My name is Kelly. My pronouns are they, them, and I will be your storyteller for tonight. But before we get into the episode, we want to acknowledge the colonial history of Canada and how Canada has and continues to take from Indigenous people. The effects of colonization are still felt to this day, and we acknowledge that this episode is being recorded on the stolen lands of the Anishinaabe, Chippewa, Haudenosaunee, Wendat, Sequetmik, Apache, Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Coast Salish, and Cheyenne First Nations. If you would like to know more about the effects of colonization and support some Indigenous charities and organizations, you can go to the resources page on our website at tabletoptiddies.com/resources. With me, I am joined by the investigators of the occult and unusual.
Creepy. Hi, everybody. It's Charlene Bear, but I go by Char. My pronouns are she, they, and tonight I will be playing, as per usual, Octavia Miller, the Tremere, whose pronouns are she, her. I believe Rachel might be frozen.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
She plays Evelyn.
I thought that she was just, like, really focused.
Yeah, me too. Let's go to a tech break, all right?
We're gonna be right back, friends.
Great start.
All right. Burp. Oh, wait, I don't have a tech
He's
break.
back.
Oh, are you back?
It's back. Every time. You're back.
Hi, Shaw Internet, get your shit together. I'm calling you out live on Twitch. What are you doing?
Are we back? Wait, did we be right back or are we live?
I think we're still live.
Okay,
Yeah, baby.
I went to
Hit
click
that
be right
button.
back, and the internet felt threatened, I guess.
Yeah. Exactly. So, are we actually live
Yeah,
or
we're
can
good.
I?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, cool. Hi, everybody. My name is Rachel Theilade. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Evelyn Stormloft, the Nosferatu, whose pronouns are also she, her. Had to get that all out there before I crash again. Whew. Holy moly.
Casper's still back.
We're all killing Casper today.
Hi, I'm Casper. I might actually be a ghost. I'm currently dying. My pronouns are going to be was, were. And I play Jerry, the gang girl whose pronouns are fight me.
Hi, everyone. My name is Emily Matchette. I use any pronouns and I play Imogen White, the Salubri, whose pronouns are she, her.
It's really weird. I'm not the chaotic one today. Hi, everyone. My name is Dare. Pronouns she, they, they. I am playing your lovely Toreador Leon Cavallo. Pronouns he, they, the he, they, they.
Hello, we're back. We have unfortunately lost Rachel to the technological demons. So we're going to have to continue without her. Our apologies. So picking up from the intro, sponsors Emily.
Yay! Inspire to create a space you can be proud of at Inspire to Create Shop, a small Canadian business supporting and sourcing their materials from other small Canadian businesses. They have everything to make your space as cool and nerdy as possible. They have cheeky and funny decals to personalize your walls and cars, and dishwasher-safe mugs sporting your favorite class for when you come out of a long rest. Roll for initiative with Inspire to Create's Dice Towers and get one for yourself using our code Tiddies by Night for a discount at Inspire, the number 2, Create Shop on Etsy.
We're also using Sirenscape to add music and make our game sound more atmospheric. You can check it out at sirenscape.com and just give that little pump up to your campaign with some music and sound effects and all that jazz.
You know what else is really cool? There's some folks in the chat called the Gimme the Loot podcast who are fan-fucking-tabulous. And you know what else is really cool about them? They host a PvP tournament for TTRPG shows. We are coming back there on November 12th with a team of 3 to defend our title as the champions. You need to make sure you check out their show. They are run by some fantastic folks. So go ahead and listen to their podcast and catch them live on Twitch when they do cool stuff like that. Also, if you're watching us live on Twitch right now, perhaps you are feeling generous and would love to support the Tiddies. If you do, you just need to subscribe to us. You can do that with an Amazon Twitch sub, which is free. You get 1 free Twitch sub a month if you're connected to your Amazon account. Otherwise, it's like $7 Canadian, and it helps us pay our folks that work so hard. So we really appreciate that.
Possible triggers for this episode: disregard for human life and general vampire stuff. If any of those things bother you, or if it gets too heavy, feel free to step away, come back later, or skip the episode entirely, and you can catch the previously on to find your place in the story. Speaking of previously on... Previously on Tiddies by Night, the IOU continued to deal with their own issues. Evelyn got her report from William, learning that nobody has attempted to become Harpy. Evelyn, the Seneschal, is worried about Anne's involvement with Leon, and most suspiciously, the Camarilla is looking for a man named Jonathan Harker, a character from the Dracula novel. She then met with Octavia, who showed her the special goggles now attached to the Plague Doctor mask, allowing her to see in the dark. Jerry went off to the now cleansed Hyde Park to meet with an old pal of his, Brutus, a guru. Their meeting was tense, but Jerry learned that the pack had fought back the black spiral dancers that were drawn to the park by Marguerite, and the ritual performed on her. Brutus was also next in line as pack leader, since their current leader was sick. He promised to get information from the mother about a werewolf attack that took place during Jerry's embrace. They parted amicably. I wrote that word, not even believing it, and then mispronounced it. Imogen took time to read her aunt's journal about her decades looking for Golconda. She learned that her aunt came close once when she found Imogen's family and bonded with them, revealing also that Florence was not Imogen's real aunt. Jerry and Leon offered assistance, Jerry looking for books mentioning Golconda. Leon had a premonition showing that Golconda was a far-off goal, both in time and distance. He held this information. Instead, the two offered Imogen's support. Leon had a night out in high society where he met fans of his work who offered hackney metaphors and names of artists they wished to profit off of. Leon attempted to steer the discussion towards Dracula and Jonathan Harker when they were interrupted by an elegant woman in a pale pink dress. The woman, who introduced herself as Lacrimal, told Leon to keep her nose out of Camarilla business and that they are always being watched. She left, and Leon pulled a person from the crowd to feed on. Back in the IOU, we saw horsemen riding through the snow towards the office, a gray-haired man with a large beard and traveling cloaks. As he entered the IOU, he immediately called for his daughter, Octavia. That is where we picked up. This scruffy-looking older man walks into the office and calls out for Octavia. Currently, everybody is in different rooms. Travis is not there tonight, and he sort of looks around. We see him going up to the various knickknacks and trinkets that have been decorated in these halls, and sort of like begins like touching them and knocking on them. You see he like picks a painting up and sort of looks on the back and hangs it back up and sort of nods a little bit. But he is there alone.
I think Prophet would like rush up from downstairs and I would follow him. And we have that like megaphone thing that lets us hear what's going on upstairs too. So I would imagine I would hear my father's voice.
He's got a very expensive bust that you have been given by the Camarilla to decorate as Prophet rushes up to him and jumps into him, and he manages to like hold it close to his chest. And he says, Prophet, wow, you've not aged a bit. One moment, this is actually real, and puts it up back on its stand. Have you seen your mother around here? I was hoping to talk to her about something.
Hello! Oh, it's so lovely to hear your voice, Father. What are you doing here?
Never mind that. You look incredible. And you feel him like come up and give you a big hug. And you get this like pillow of beard just up against your face. And your father has always been a pretty like clean-shaven man. And this is a strange feeling from him.
Have you been out on the road long?
Yes. I've been all over. I have stories to tell, but excuse me. I thought this place was burned. I'd heard devastating stories.
Yes, well, it was a bit of hearsay and a bit of truth, of course, to everything, but we did get some renovations done, and a local organization was able to help us out with that.
I can see they've made quite an improvement. Where are your friends? Are they all right as well?
We also, yes, speaking of friends, have 2 new lovely members to our family. I would love to introduce you.
Yes, sorry, I should probably clean up before I meet them. It's been a while.
I'm sure you look fine, but if you do have an overcoat, you're welcome to hang it by the door.
Yes, I'll go do that. And you hear like these heavy boots sort of like stomping off towards the entrance to hang up his coat. And you are free to go get the rest of your team.
Yeah, I'll be right back, Father. And I head downstairs. And I say, everyone! Wait, are you down here? Hello?
Yes, I'm present. Everything okay?
Yes, my father's come to visit. He's quite the lovely gentleman. He's very eccentric himself. One thing, though, of course, mum is the word when it comes to...
That was going to be my question. Thank you. Good to know.
I can't wait for you to meet him. He's quite a connoisseur of artifacts, Leon, and he usually comes with presents.
Have I met him before?
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that Evelyn and Imogen had met him before.
Wonderful. Good.
Jerry, are you down here as well?
No, Jerry's working in the library.
Okay.
Jerry, you would hear on the first floor just like the movement of like everything in the office being examined. You can hear like large boot steps like walking across the hardwood, and then like just rattling of something, and says, this one isn't real. Put that one back. Oh, interesting.
Oi! Who's been yelling in here?
Hello? Hello? My name is Peter.
Right. Who are you, Peter? And, what business you got here?
I'm here for my daughter, Octavia.
Oh!
You are?
Miss Octavia's yours, then?
Yes.
Good on you, mate.
As you, like, bat him on the arm, he is, like, you can feel that he's, like, frail. He sort of, like, recoils a bit when you hit him.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's been...
Forget my own strength sometimes.
I mean, I don't imagine how you could. You're quite healthy. I haven't... never mind. My Octavia's gone to retrieve the others. Are you new to the IOU?
Right, yeah. They picked me up a few months back, yeah.
Wait, were you here for the attack?
What attack?
My daughter isn't telling me anything. I heard that I was out, and
Oh,
have
you mean
got
the one
word-
that like ruined this place and made it all?
So
Yeah,
it is
no, I
real.
wasn't there for that. No.
Okay. Well, as long as I. Well, she is safe now, and apparently her friends are safe. Well, do you have tea?
No.
Imogen
but-
comes in at this point with tea. He's ready to go. He's a perfect hostess.
He like kind of slowly jaunts over to you, Imogen, and goes for a hug.
Absolutely.
And sort of like lifts you up a little bit, and then you hear like a bit of like cracking as he does, and he like puts you down. And he says, "Oh, you've gotten bigger. Tea? Did
Thank you. Yes, of course, right here, and I'll set up the tea on the table.
I apologize for the beard. I must look dreadful. I haven't had a chance to clean up. Rushing to London. I'll wait until.
What has you in such
Oh.
a rush? As Leon and I come up the stairs. And here is the remainder of our friends that are here today. This evening. Unfortunately, Evelyn did need to step out, but this is Leon.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Leon Cavallo,
Peter Miller.
investigator and artisan.
I am a salesman, and I suppose a cult investigator as of late. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Tea first, all of you. Please, you must join me.
Is there some sort of check to see if this man is also a con man? Just the way he said that, real recognize real, I don't trust it.
Give me a wits and insight.
Okay, beautiful. I can tell when somebody's running from something. You know, it's fine. Oh, you are so lucky. I only got 2 successes out of 6.
There's
Wow.
flavor of like snake oil salesman, but it's hard to tell. He's got the like mannerisms a bit. He's like kind of showy a little bit when he's forgets himself.
There's some ostentatious and like a little slippery. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we should discuss art at some point. I'm sure I would love to hear a story of yours if you'd love to hear a story of mine.
Oh yes, I actually just came from Paris, and they have some lovely art there. And if you're interested, I could definitely suggest some upcomers. Sorry, a parlor. Do you have a parlor where maybe we could speak?
Of course, right this way, and I'll show him and lead him to the parlor.
He will walk and almost like immediately goes into like dad mode. He's like gesturing for each of you like where to sit on the couches.
Wow, okay.
He like immediately starts to get some logs to put in the fireplace.
Well, don't you trouble yourself with that. I'll do it.
No. If you want, you can get the tea, dear. And maybe some. Do you have any scones or biscuits or cookies or something for?
I always bake fresh.
Yes.
And I'll go fetch the apple strudels that I make that are my mom's recipe.
And he will start to make a fire. Those of you sitting a bit close to the fire get a little bit uncomfortable when he strikes the match and the tinder goes up. You kind of have to like scoot a little bit away from it. But your beast is pretty sure that you won't die from this. So Jerry, Leon, are you investigators as well then?
No, not really. I mean, I'm new to it. I'm mostly here for muscle. Right?
Investigator in training would be the best way to describe Jerry, but he's also deeply a studious mind, if you can't tell by the library. He happens to shine in literary works.
Oh, I'll have to see that. You've really, this place it was a bit not run down per se, but small. It was a small operation when I came here last. This place is quite improved.
Leon and Jerry are being quite modest. I don't understand what's going on with that. They're not part of our team.
We don't want to brag too much in front of the parents. I said I was an investigator and an artisan, to be fair.
I like that every time Octavia talks again, you just suddenly walked back into the
Here, yeah.
And Imogen, are you getting tea for him?
Yes, yes, absolutely. 100%. Hostess with the mostest.
And as you like place it, you can tell that he's very British. Like, he didn't want to start this story until he had tea, and he makes it, and he sort of like pours one for each of you, and grabs a little saucer and puts a little apple strudel on the edge of it, and he sits down in the chair that's like in front of the fireplace, and you get very much that feeling of like, gather around, children, father's about to tell you a story. And he like takes a sip and he says, it all started when I went to Italy. I was looking for some treasures and to sell some as well. And I met somebody there. Did you want scone, Imogen?
No, I just ate, actually.
Oh.
But thank you so much for thinking of me.
It's a
That's
shame.
awfully kind of you.
Kind of like dips it and eats. And sorry, I had met somebody who had claimed to be able to speak to the dead. Common shyster's trick. So I figured I would meet the man and see his trade and see how he is. But he said standard things, you know. I hear a name, I see a name, it starts with a G, it starts with an M, Megan. And that's when I got a little bit concerned. I haven't said that name in a while. You would know, Octavia.
Of course. That's Mum's name.
I should definitely... should I shave first? I must be
You
horrible.
can't titillate us with this tale and then leave for a beauty lesson.
Right. And he takes a long, agonizing sip of his tea.
Jerry mimics that, but his teacup is full of whiskey.
I do the same, but mine has a little bit of my own blood.
Nice.
I got sweet blood, it's fine.
I hate to do it. Jerry, give me a willpower roll.
Oh no! Vomits blood in front of the human.
Gotta get those liquor-filled rats.
Alright, I just need to see how many dice I'm rolling. Success.
How many did you get?
1. I got 1 success.
I'll say that at some point during this story, you are going to have to excuse yourself. But you can decide when you want to do that. Anyways, he began to mention things about Megan that no one would have known, even things that I hadn't told Octavia. I began to think that he wasn't a shyster after all, and perhaps had some truth behind his story. I admit that I had fallen for the ruse, or whatever it was, and began doing some investigation of my own. To be honest, I harnessed a bit of my daughter's own macabre interests when she was younger, and fell down a few holes. They led me to a great many places. I went to France, I went to Germany, Poland, Sweden. I even went up to Norway for a bit and hopped a boat to Svalbard. Regardless.
Excuse me, mate. I'll be right back.
Of course. I'll wait. And begins to sip his tea as you leave. Imogen, are you still doing poetry?
Oh yes, please do share one of your poems.
Well, it's taken a bit of a backseat to my violin lately, but sure.
Do you have one prepared, or do you need a moment or two to think on it?
A moment would be lovely, now that I have a situation that I can think of something to write about.
You do know, Father, that Leon is quite the artist as well.
Yes.
Perhaps you've heard their name whispered on the wind over your travels.
I'm mostly a London-based performer. I don't know if you'd actually have heard much about me.
I'm sorry, I haven't. As I said, I've been globetrotting a little bit, and may not have come to the far reaches of the world. Jerry, are you okay?
Yeah, right. We talking poetry? Because I got one.
Oh, excellent.
So many poems.
Imogen and Leon, they're like, what? We're not?
I feel like our thunder got stolen.
All right, then.
Right, I read about this one. It's called a haiku. So this one, the one that I wrote, is called Queen. Colorful hillside. A beautiful, sharp queen flies at the perfect shark.
Oh, it's done. Beautiful. One and kind of like puts his saucer down on the side table and gives a little clap and nod.
Another writer amongst us.
Everyone here's so creative. As I was saying,
Practicing.
Svalbard. I went up far north and found some people there who apparently spoke to spirits. And again, at this point, it was mostly a passing curiosity. I was still selling some of my wares, but
The man said Megan, and then...
wait, did I not? Oh, he was mentioning. Sorry, He was mentioning things about your mother that were unknowable. But as I said, that led me north. He told me how he had gained these powers, but by the time I did make it through France, Germany, Poland, Sweden, Norway, and Svalbard, I learned that that was possibly the only powers that he had acquired. And that. But that didn't necessarily mean that there wasn't some credence behind the particular brand of teaching. Regardless, I met people who told me I could see her again. I hadn't thought of her in a while, and honestly, I'd grown to accept her fate.
This is a slippery slope, Father.
I mean, this is only... The story's still 2 years old. I had been caught up in this for a while. I had been researching on my own, claiming to have no interest in it, and still going about my business. And even when I visited you, Octavia, I kept this a secret. I didn't want to have to worry you. And even now, I didn't think to tell you, but something had happened. But I digress. I'm getting ahead of myself. More tea, anyone?
I think we're all set on the tea, but I am very interested in where this story's going.
Sorry. I learned things, Octavia and company. Blood rituals, angelic demonic noumena. I met worshippers of Multinet and Belgium. I was taken by a group that called themselves the Malaise Malefacrum and found a tomb to Luciferge. That was luckily false. I got deep into this. I was still making etchings. I have bound etchings for you, Octavia, if you would want me to read them to you, but...
Please, after this.
I also took indentations. Sorry, I should clarify for the rest of you. Whenever I go to places that might house unique artifacts, I will collect them, the data of them, and listen to stories of their youth and sketch, sometimes make indentations and bring them back to my daughter. She's always had a interest in such things.
I should show you. And I whip out the Ghostbuster. I did actually act on one of your sketches.
Oh, I told you about that one. Oh,
Indeed.
I must have.
I made a few modifications, but...
That's a good photo right there.
Thank you.
Now, yeah, what I mean to say is, that's a good photo right there. Now, only if he would finish his story, it'll be... Yeah.
Give Jerry a little smack.
Right, so...
Any good story is worth waiting for.
Is it, though?
It will be. As I said, I spent 2 years chasing a ghost. I even went into the catacombs of Paris. Leon, that's when I was in Paris. I went to places that people didn't know about down there. There were things that I learned, Octavia, that would make you think I'd gone mad, but I haven't. I've stopped myself. I was somewhere in South Africa when I saw you.
Me?
Some months ago.
In South Africa?
I thought it was a trick. You talked to me, and I thought I had been thinking of you and Megan for too long that perhaps I was seeing apparitions, but
How long ago was this?
it was about the time that you
We're in the Shadow
saw
Realm?
him. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I certainly wasn't in South Africa, but I was somewhere here. I did speak with you.
You spoke to me from here.
I believe we were connecting amongst the planes. You do know how I love my rituals, and apparently you've been dabbling yourself.
Yes, to my own detriment. I've grown a bit weak.
And even after I mentioned to stop looking for Mother, you continued.
I did. When I saw you there, I believe I may have been dead.
It definitely wasn't a safe place to be.
But I came back. I was resuscitated. And I swore it off there. There were just debts I had to pay, and when I heard of your misfortunes here, I blew a few of them off. I had to come immediately and ensure that you were okay. That all of you were okay. And it seems that you were.
I do appreciate you coming to check on us, and of course I'm always grateful for the visit, but you need to take care of yourself, Father. You're not as spry as you used to be.
Yes. Leon.
You mentioned debtors, correct? And you may have shirked paying some of them?
I prefer the word postponed.
I see. A man after my own heart. I do understand that, but in my experience, which I won't divulge too much, they happen to be very persistent. How long have you been avoiding this?
At least 2 months, perhaps.
Could be worse.
Yes. It's not the longest
Wait.
I've gone shirking a debt.
Wait, are you here because Miss Octavia's now got money? Or are you here for Miss Octavia, sir?
You see, like, an immense look of offense come over his face. As I stated, I wasn't aware that she was in money. I'd heard that my
But I
daughter was
am-
possibly dead.
Well, we're both alive, and I'm happy to help you pay off your debt, but I feel like there's something you're holding back. What aren't you telling us?
I saw her. I came close. I I was close to her. I think she is still out there. I have heard stories about what some believe the afterlife to be like, and that trail that I followed and found myself in for a moment seems to be where she is. It is not a pleasant place, and if you are able to communicate through that realm, perhaps you've followed that path as well.
I think Prophet starts to like whine because he can feel that I'm like upset by this news.
As Prophet's whining, Jerry's gonna be like, I meant no offense, sir. My only job here is to protect the people who work here. And I do. Even if it's from family. You understand?
He almost looks like confused, like he forgot what you had said, and he says, "Oh, no offense taken, none at all. Any company that my daughter keeps is company that is worth meeting, and I trust that." Yes.
I hate to interrupt, but you don't happen to have a list of all of the rituals or any of the things you may have experimented with? If you kept a log of that, I would love to see it, because getting to know any ill effects might be good for us.
I have a journal.
Have you written down any of the things you've done in that journal?
Yes, but
Then I would like to see it.
I wouldn't advise it.
Why not?
Were you not listening to my story?
I was, but I am an investigator of the sort of thing. Have a little faith in me.
Right, yeah. I've got his back. We can handle this.
Octavia, are they to be trusted with such knowledge?
And she nods. And while that's happening, I'm going to reach into one of my satchels and I'm going to take out my Wraith singing bowl. And I'm going to like run a stone around the circle of it. So I'm worried that something is not right with my dad.
All right. Give me an intelligence and a cult.
Okay. And I have the option of ghost specialty, so I'll just let you know.
Yep.
Pretty good. 5 successes.
All right. So with 6 successes,
Papa, what are you doing?
he himself does not seem possessed. It doesn't seem like he's brought anything, but he seems detached. He had mentioned dying, and that seems to have like shattered him a little bit. As dying would. You don't get the impression that he was brought back by like necromantic means. He was probably just like resuscitated.
Okay.
But for that moment that he was dead, he claims to have seen your mother. But other than that, there's no like evil spirit over him or anything like that. You just get the normal passive-aggressive ghosts in the IOU.
All right. But I won't like interrupt the flow of the journal talk.
Yeah. Allow me to grab it. And he puts the saucer down and then like goes to leave, but sees that the fire's kind of like dwindling a little bit and starts like poking it and adding more logs, and completely forgets to leave the room.
Hey, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Appears your mind's wandering just a bit, and I don't mean to overstep as I say that, but you were giving me a journal?
Right, yes, sorry. and sort of like hands Imogen the fire poker and says, "Can you tend to this deer, please?"
Of course.
And he leaves the room.
I don't.
He'll, like, stand back.
Not after last time!
And it does take a moment, and he comes back with this like really well-worn journal that is leather, and you can see like it originally had paper in it, and then like more slips of paper have been like folded and shoved in, and it's tied up with a leather tie, and he like sits back down and unfurls it, and sort of like some of the paper falls out, and he says, everything that I researched after meeting the man in Italy is in this book. You're welcome to it. I apologize. My scrawling gets a bit neurotic at points.
No need for the apologies. Just concerned.
Yes.
What, sir? Did this Italian bloke, what he look like?
He was well dressed, more dark, attempted to make himself appear more connected to the macabre, I guess. Other than that, relatively nondescript. Why, do you know someone in Italy that would deal in such things?
I met an Italian woman once, and it didn't go too well for me.
Well, I can assure you that it was not that. But perhaps she was a master of disguise? I don't know what I
No, I'm
can
not
tell you.
saying you met the same woman, sir. This was a very long time ago. I was just saying if you might have met a bloke who reintroduced me to this lovely young woman.
I mean, Italy is a large place, so...
Was the man Italian?
No. German, I believe. That's why I was led to Germany.
Is Erasmus German?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay, never mind. That was the thread I was following, but
No, any German
Yeah,
people.
Haley's coming back. Surprise!
yeah, I was like, "Wah!"
Is the man you're talking about the same guy who I saw, like, when I got my ass kicked? What I'm asking is that guy German?
Oh,
Homeboy whose name I don't know.
yeah, you've never asked.
I did ask. I just asked too late.
I don't know if you would know. Give me a intelligence and
There's so many people in Italy.
etiquette.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Like,
'cause
who
I-
is it?
I'm trying to find a meatball and spaghetti stack.
There's like there's no like culture, so I'm like,
Can I rouse to get etiquette?
sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not hungry.
Politics, maybe that doesn't seem right.
How many does rouse give you?
It'll give you 2 to your intelligence.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I need that. I don't have a lot of that.
I'll say etiquette or politics. I don't know if you have any dots in politics.
Yeah. Yes, I have all of the dots in politics and
Whoa.
etiquette.
We've had a
I
diplomat
got
on
2
the team.
successes.
Yeah, his the person that you talked to during your memory is accent is abnormal, and doesn't really match anything that you can think of. So
Fair.
I'm not too sure.
Was distracted by the werewolf and the pretty lady.
Fair. But yes, he said that he had learned rituals from someone in Germany. That's, again, I had passed over the thought for a while, but then I was in France and got bored and thought for a while and decided to pop over to Germany for a bit, and that's where things got a little bit dark. Are you looking through the journal now, Leon?
I was actually about that same hat. I was actually going to say while they're all discussing this, his memory is already not the most reliable thing. I was going to start trying to page through that quietly.
Cool.
See if I see any names that...
Early on, it does read like almost like a traveling journal. He seems like the kind of man who will buy an independent journal for each of his like trains of thought, and it definitely sparked from meeting this guy in Italy. And as you go, you start seeing like shorter notes but more like succinct. You start seeing sketches of people that he's meeting, as well as like symbols that he's finding along his way. Like a couple pages will be like a completely non-tangible thing where he's like found an artifact that he thinks that Octavia will be interested in and like drew it and then writes like notes and stuff. Give me an intelligence and occult.
It's the reason why I started leveling in occult now, so I can be useful at my job. Also, job security, I need it. I did forget how much intelligence I had, which, does not beg to intelligence, but that's Dare's issue, not Leon's. Would I use Rouse to reroll, or which one do I use?
Willpower to reroll.
Willpower,
Up
okay.
to 4 black dice. Or
I'm gonna
non-numbers.
I'm going to reroll because, oh my god. Okay, 3. Oh boy. Yeah, I needed to do that.
Yeah. There's some things that you recognize. A lot of this becomes very like esoteric, and it's almost like it's like a mortal trying to write notes about actual magic. It's very much like written in the way that he might be able to understand it, that doesn't actually talk about like reaching into another dimension and pulling out spells and shit like that. But when it starts to get to more of the like demonic things, it becomes a little bit more easier to grasp, because somebody has recently researched demons and stuff for another project.
I certainly have researched demons.
A project.
Is that what the kids call it these days?
So he mentioned Numina, which is just a fancy word for like supernatural powers. He mentioned angelic and demonic Numina, which are just basically spells that angels and devils can cast. And it follows this thread of believers that they can essentially appease a demon to the point of asking it for favors.
Oh god, we're getting Faustian. Okay.
And he writes the names of groups that he should definitely avoid under this searching. The Malays
Malays Maleficarum?
Yeah, that's it. Are hunters. And people that he definitely should not have been dealing with, but that was the best thread that he had. And he started making deals with them. And you can tell that a lot of the debts he owes are to essentially this group that thinks that they can get holy powers. He made some bad deals. And then dying in South Africa was unintentional. He didn't mean to do that. He had been so worn down.
Does anyone ever mean to do that?
Me when I'm stressed.
So just like on someone's to-do list.
He had been so worn down from his travels that he essentially died of like exhaustion, and the people that he was staying with resurrected him. And that was the moment he saw Octavia. And everything past that is basically just I need to get to fucking London right now.
Okay. Forgive me, good sir. If I happen to say the phrase or the name Malleus Maleficarum, would that mean anything to you?
Yes, they... Honestly, I think that was the closest I got. Why? Do you know of them?
Well, I've been studying up on deontology for unrelated reasons, and I have been, maybe I might have a source that can help that I can reach out to. But you made some deals with people associating with demons?
Yes.
Jerry is like squirming in his seat and trying not to say anything snarky.
Do you know that? Do you know the demon thing?
I think word's probably gotten around at this point.
God damn it.
Yes. And you can see him constantly looking to Octavia every time this information, like more information comes up. How is Octavia presenting herself as this is coming?
I think her eyebrows are furrowed. She's concentrating. I'm definitely concerned.
As I said, I was attempting to keep this from you for
What would you have done if I wasn't there?
possibly found your mother.
I wasn't holding you back from finding my mom.
I was worried for you.
You could have died in there.
Well,
It's not the place for you.
and it's the place for you.
It's my job.
We are investigators, good sir,
You are investigators. You're not.
of the occult and unusual.
You're supposed to be observing.
Bro, yeah, that's not in my job description at all.
What have you been getting into, Octavia? You're not supposed to be dealing with this stuff from a... It's all academic.
Gotten very hands-on in the last few years.
And you should be the one I'm worried about. You're all letting her go on about... Evelyn would have put sense into you. Seems that she has been slipping.
Octavia is one of the best of us. Do not. And I think... No, Leon won't. Leon thought about using dread gaze. Leon thought better of it.
I'll kill you.
No, just want to put a little fear in him. Just need to scare him.
Yeah, no, I when he on your second do not, Jerry like leans forward and is just being foreboding and intimidating by just his stature.
You can see him
Like,
looking
arm pump
between
up.
all of you almost for like somebody to understand him. Imogen dear, you must find all of this abhorrent.
There's a lot of tension in this room right now. I think maybe we should just all take a breath.
As the oldest one here, I believe that some modicum of respect should be shown, especially for a father who worries for his daughter.
You're right, you should respect your elders. That would mean me, wouldn't it?
I smack Jerry again.
Jerry.
I'm older than I look.
And how old are you?
Old enough, sir.
When the answer like that means that you aren't. Now I'm cresting
Father.
over my hill, so therefore I will demand respect in this room. I won't
Right,
have
well, sir, I'm gonna need you to leave my room. We are in the library, right?
No, we're in the
We're in the
Parlor.
All right. You need respect in this room. I'ma leave. I'm just going to the library to continue writing poetry.
Good sir, I will say I give you all respect that is due and granted, but understand that you don't have any right to belittle Octavia's work or the work we do here.
I'm not belittling it. I've seen it in action. I am nearly worried for her safety. If she's been to where I've been, then
Then better with friends than alone, correct?
We've gotten off on the wrong foot here. We're all friends here. I'm sorry, Father. I was worried for you, and clearly you were worried for me. We just need some better communication, that's all. It's funny. Weeks ago, I was actually mentioning to Imogen that I was hoping to see my mom. And you were doing the same. Looking for the same woman.
Yes. Sorry. We're not alone here, are we?
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Harry just left, but he's here in the building as well, yes.
That must be it.
What did you feel?
I felt there's other... As I said, you would think me mad for the things that I've learned, but I've become attuned a bit to the shadow realm, as you've called it. There's other things here.
There are spirits that do like to walk the halls, if that's what you mean. Or are you sensing something else?
No, that must be it. I was just surprised. Last time I was here, couldn't feel it.
What?
There's ghosts, dear. There's spirits in this building.
Are you in trouble?
Only as much as Leon has suggested.
Well, that's something we can deal with easily enough.
They mentioned something else. Part of my debt. Again, I don't bring this up lightly and disregard everything I'm about to say, but the Malays Maleficarum, they hunt some fictitious creature that they think exists in our realm.
What might that be?
Vampires. Again,
There's quite the novel going around here. Dracula, you may have read it.
no, I haven't had the chance. I don't know. The things they ask are strange. Money won't help. They want me to
What do
bring
they ask?
the head of a vampire, but obviously that's made up, so money will probably suffice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The
I
head
shoot
of
Imogen a look.
They just expect you to become a vampire hunter overnight.
Well, that's how they're going to bring.
Why
your
would you agree to this?
They said they would bring your mother back if I did.
You don't want her to just find peace?
Where she is isn't peaceful.
Yes, the Shadow Realm is not a place we would want any spirits to be trapped. I do agree. In this case, perhaps we can work on this together, and you won't need to deal with with that group.
Yes, my apologies. I didn't mean to offend anyone, and please send my utmost sincere apology to Jerry.
They are all quite protective here, but I do assume no harm has been caused.
Do you have a place I could clean up?
Of course. The washroom is just down the hall.
Excellent. My horse is outside. It needs to be stabled. There's quite a few satchels containing the carvings, and my apologies. I've gotten quite tired.
Welcome home, Father. Do take your time. I'll deal with the horses.
All right. Excuse me. Apparently respect is not the only thing that comes with age, but also a tired sensibility. I will take my leave. And he stands up and begins to walk out of the room.
This is not the man I remember. Something has gone wrong with him. I mean, age affects us all, of course.
My condolences, Octavia. Hopefully some of this is manageable in some sense. I plan on doing a bit more research just on the demonology end of things.
I'm not sure how we'll get back into the Shadow Realm to be able to find Megan Miller, my mother, but I don't like to think of her being stuck in that place.
Jerry's gonna come back and be like, with a brand new poem. So I wrote a thing. And wait, where'd it go?
He took his leave. He also did apologize.
Oh, well, you're right. Yeah, I might be a little sensitive when young whippersnappers keep claiming that they're older than me.
To be perfectly clear, and I speak in a hushed voice, my father doesn't know about vampires or who we are. You look to be, 30? He's twice your age.
Yeah, keep forgetting about that. Right.
And on
Pull yourself together.
And on that note, your father is going to stay with you for a bit as he recovers.
He's staying here.
Every daughter just waits for the opportunity to take care of their father. As he recovers and sort of gets his bearings. So when we come back, just think of him as a house guest for the time being. But we are going to go on break. So sorry for the late one, y'all. We'll probably have a bit of a shorter second half when we come back. But stick with us. We'll be right back.
See you soon.
Bye.
Good morrow, fine patron. Are you looking for music for your character, campaign, or Twitch stream? Does music move you like prune juice after a colonic? Well, here at OBP Musical, we write music from any genre, from fully orchestrated pieces like this, to video game auditory herpes like this. We have singers from Les Miserables and Disney for vocals like this.
The heroes of the North, with them we'll sally forth. The warrior knight, the maiden of Ed.
Have a bard that's written lyrics? We can write music for them. So, if you want music that rocks, come to us at OBP Musical and get your rocks off. That sounded weird. Music and songs from any genre, from opera to country, pop to thrash metal. We are jacks of all trades. OBP Musical, music for any occasion. Birthdays, weddings, having a bris. We've got you covered when others don't. Go to obpmusical.com for more info.
Hello, listeners.
I'm Shar.
And I'm Kelly.
And together we host Drinking and Screaming,
A queer and feminist podcast about horror movies and cocktails.
We're an approachable show for horror fans and scaredy cats alike, with each episode featuring a unique and in-depth discussion on a different horror film.
From classics like Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
Spoilers, he's an awful human being.
And The Exorcist.
That famous puke was made with pea soup.
To modern films like Hereditary.
Where we spoke with Charlie herself, actress Millie Shapiro.
And host.
We interviewed the full cast.
You'll be sure to have a great time and maybe learn something new.
And we're a film podcast that isn't just a bunch of bearded white men. Who knew?
Drinking and Screaming has 4 full seasons out now wherever podcasts are found.
And remember, always scream responsibly.
I've been working on my Steve cosplay, and I found the perfect piece to finish it off at the costume shop. They have wigs, costumes, contacts, and they even have a cosplay section on their website for people just like me. Head on over to thecostumeshop.com /REF tabletop titties to get started. That's TheCostumeShoppe.com, spelled ye old way. Make sure to use the code tabletop titties with double D's to get yourself $10 off at checkout. Maybe I should make a Imogen White cosplay next.
We're back. Whoa, drinking and screaming.
Whoa! Make sure you listen to that show.
You didn't think I was going to do that.
I didn't. I was like, what?
So, a few days pass, and your father does clean up. He's got his usual clean-shaved face, but every time you interact with him, he does seem much older than he should be as he recovers. The snow begins to stay. It no longer melts from the morning sun, and people are now bundled up a lot more. The nights are colder and longer.
I shiver.
Which is
I don't.
Shivering. But Leon, the snow sticking to the ground and the cold wind in the air reminds you of something. And I don't know how often Leon looks at a calendar, but this ambient feeling comes over you as you realize that a day is nearing.
Okay, that is getting close to that. And I think, especially considering the conversations that were had recently with Evelyn, this doesn't feel like a fun thing to look back on currently.
No. You're not thinking fondly of your embrace?
Not really, no. I think it's one of those things where it's like, do I tell anyone? I don't not want a celebration for myself, but maybe I'll tell on. Oh yeah, it'd be nice. Do some. I think I'm just sort of muttering to myself as I'm walking, just quietly trying not to think about the other half of what my embrace might be now, considering what was my sire up to? Was my sire even a good person?
Same.
Why haven't they talked to me in a while?
In that case, you find Anne. She's been relatively busy. She hasn't told you, but you know that the Camarilla are still looking for Jonathan Harker, and you get the impression that she's been assigned a lot of the scouting missions looking for this person. So she's a little bit stressed during your interaction, but nonetheless is present.
Hey, do you want to get something to eat that might take your mind off of work for a little bit?
I mean, I had another thing in mind, but sure, eating's fine.
Either way, Leon purposely summoning blood up to their face to blush a little at the forwardness. I guess I should tell you I have something kind of important coming up, but it doesn't have to be a big thing.
Oh, it's the day of your embrace, right?
Yes.
Sorry. The Camarilla has all this on record.
In my file, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. I haven't really done an embrace day thing in a while, and I'm not saying I need anything, but if you would like to maybe spend time with me that day, I would greatly enjoy that.
Sure, I could just thinking don't think that I have to do anything that night, but yeah, I would love that. Yeah, let's do that.
I don't really have plans yet, but I'm open to hear any ideas. But ultimately, it'd be nice to spend time with you. You've been busy, and I've missed you.
I miss you too. I mean, we can just meet here and see what you're in the mood for, right?
Sounds perfect. If I'm dressing a little more ostentatious that day, do not hold it against me. It's tradition.
Do you want me to dress up as well? I mean, I will. I'll dress up. Don't even answer. I'll dress up more.
Whatever you're comfortable with, obviously. We can go for like a complimentary color thing. Leon just quietly noting these down despite being, I'm not going to make a big deal of it.
And thinking of her 2 dresses.
We really should go. Would she would she be fine with a suit? Because I'm also fine with her rocking a suit.
Yeah.
She feels more like a suit person.
Yeah. She mostly wears suits. Occasionally dresses if the mood strikes her, but mostly has suits.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
Is she the same size as me?
Yeah, I would say so. About that size. Jerry's got some meaty pecs, so.
I don't like this.
I'll say more when she goes full Bruja. Does she because she was tearing some of her seams when she was fighting you. You would also, the rest of the IOU would also know that Anne was not aware that Leon would want to do something alone, and did in fact inform all of you of the day that was coming up. And in this,
I've been specially selecting phonograph records to play for when they come back inside. I think I've got cloth streamers that I've asked Imogen to hang from the walls.
Imogen loves a party.
I've been working diligently in my library on something special that only Imogen knows about.
I know about
Super secret.
And it is in this moment that she sort of regrets that as she's talking to Leon and is trying to hold a brave face. I just something quiet and simple would be nice. Maybe we can head out early in the night and do whatever afterward, I suppose, when we come back.
We can make a night of it.
Yeah, exactly. That human's not going to be roaming around, is he?
Are you referring to
The old one that showed up.
Yeah, Octavia's father.
I just need to know how I present myself when I come here. And if I'm bringing...
How long is your father going to be in town?
Yeah, he would be here. He would be there, for sure.
He's going to be in town.
So no snacks, then.
He does not. Yeah, he does not know about the masquerade. Let's keep that under wraps. Nope. Let's not arm wrestle within measures.
All right. So then no drinking for me.
Fair.
All right. Well,
Way to kill all the fun.
I look forward to it, and the rest of this night ensues as it does. The day of your embrace day has a thick snowfall, about a foot. The snow is sort of brushing up against the windows at this point, and street sweepers are coming through and trying to clear the main passageways of downtown London. The day's worth of passerbys do flatten it and dirty it, but then it continues to snow through the night, so that by the time you are awake, there's a nice fresh coat as she arrives with, well, what does your outfit look like? And that will determine more what her outfit looks like.
I think it is probably the usual Leon flair, but with like a little bit extra. Like instead of a purple coat, it is a full-on like big winter like trench coat. That, you know, so there's like purple underneath that. Lots of gold accenting, like gold buttons, like the lapels, all of that. Whatever. So yes, lots of purple, gold, and black being the general color scheme for tonight.
And as Anne shows up, brand new suit. You can tell that she'd used her Camarilla funds to acquire a new outfit that closely matches what you are wearing, but instead of like more like masculine in the front, it's kind of like it's like almost like frilly, and she has like a it's the thing that Fred from Scooby-Doo wears.
Ascot.
She's almost got like a ascot that like matches the accents of your outfit. And she will take you out for a night of subdued hunting. Meanwhile, everyone at the IOU, this is your opportunity to decorate and prepare for Leon and Anne to get back.
Let's all yell surprise when they come back.
Of course.
I'm gonna go
Anything else?
hunting, but I'm gonna go hunt a fancy bloke so I can get a new vest.
You're going shopping.
But
You have money.
Yeah, but the last time we went shopping, I don't think it.
he insulted my hat choice, so you know what? Skip the middleman and just
Don't go to that haberdasher. All right. So go ahead and give me a. Are you gonna do this stealth, like sneaky, or are you just beating up a rich guy in the middle of the street?
I'm not gonna beat him up in the middle of the street.
All right.
I'm gonna grab him off the street and drag him into an alley.
All right.
Not stealthy.
Give me a strength and athletics.
And hopefully he's drunk.
I'll roll for drunk, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
Fucking teetoters.
Oh, damn it. Which means he's gonna have a really nice, like, clean
You can
5
drink.
successes.
Just drink responsibly.
I think you drag him into the alleyway, and he immediately is like, "What do you want? Anything. I have money. I have.
Oi, 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 oi. Shush. That's a nice waistcoat you've got there, mate.
My waistcoat.
Oi.
Oh.
Obviously, it's a special occasion for me, mate. And this is not gonna cut it.
All right. And he takes off this like massive fur coat that he has, and like
Yeah.
tries to find a place that's not snowy and to put it down. Oops, just kind of like shoves it down and starts taking off his waistcoat, and like immediately starts shivering in the cold, and like hands it to you.
I like hold it up and like check it out, and I'm like, yeah, all right. And then I'll slide it on.
It's a bit on the thicker side, so it's actually like it doesn't. Your arms are.
I can
kinda
actually
stretching a
close
bit.
it?
You can close it, but the arms are a bit tight. You can kind of like you could tear the bottom a little bit, and no one would notice, just under the armpits. And he's like shivering there, and like puts his fur coat. Was that all I can go now?
Not quite. I'll gonna push him up against the wall.
Bite him a bit.
Yeah,
Are
just
you-
nibble.
All right, you can go down to 1 hunger.
Yay.
And as I said, he is a teetotaler, so he is not drunk, unfortunately.
But it's a nice waistcoat.
It is nice, yeah. It's got like a nice lining that almost looks like the thread is more expensive than the fabric. Octavia and Imogen, what are you doing to prepare for?
Decorating.
And while Imogen's decorating the room, I'm going to be wrapping up both my gift and Evelyn's gift.
All right. Evelyn.
I've got like large sheets of parchment to wrap up Evelyn's, and mine is in a small bag that's made with like a material that has like ridges, almost like corduroy, but it's soft to the touch.
Evelyn.
Let Jerry wrap our gift.
Yes, but I do it under Imogen's supervision.
Yes.
Do that thing
Yes.
where you put your finger on the tie and then Imogen ties it.
Jerry thinks that he's wrapped it. But
Just clear the mind.
really?
Evelyn has been laying low because it has become relatively difficult for her to not break the masquerade simply by being near mortals. The bees and the creaking and the other smell.
Face, you know.
Occasionally she'll like come back and almost like seem kind of like carrion for a moment before recomposing herself. So it's become difficult. So she's laying low for the time that your father is here. But speaking of, he'll kind of like come up to you as you're wrapping presents, and he sort of like knocks on the door to let you know that he's there.
Hello.
So this is a birthday party, you said?
That's right, for Leon.
I wish I had known. I would have. Are they into the occult and whatnot as a hobby, or is it more of a
They
vocation?
are. They're beginning to dabble into it quite a bit.
Right. I was going to save this for you, but I had found some works of. One sec. I had the word in.
I have it written down. Please hold. Yeah.
Oh my God! Don't. Okay.
Suspense.
Okay, we just Okay, the Philosopher's Stone. Who made it? The fucking
Nicholas
Nicholas
Flamel.
Flamel. Yes, I googled it and it sent me to a World of Warcraft item page. Anyways, I had found some works of Nicholas Flamel and took some etchings that they might be interested in reading about. It's all kind of like stops talking for a moment. It's all hokum, but now I'm not too sure. Anyways,
It's a lovely gift. That's a lovely gift. I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
he wrote quite a lot of poetry, to be honest, and
Even better.
sort of a mix of occult and poetry, to be honest. But yes, I'll bind it. When are they to be back?
I believe in a few hours.
I'll bind it quickly. And he sort of like, you hear his boots stomping off down the hall.
When they come in, make sure you yell surprise.
Of course. You think this is my first party? And sort of like flourishes as he goes down the hallway.
You two get along great. Yeah.
He's going to dress up in more of his presentery outfits, a bit of pinstripe and very long tail. He's inside, so he's not going to wear his top hat, but the top hat will be assumed. Assumed top hat. If he goes out for a smoke, he'll wear his top hat.
Good.
Top hat is nothing to my bowler.
Makes him taller. Anyone doing anything
right.
else while the two are out?
I'm thinking about how I'm gonna have to buffer this entire goddamn evening.
I'm sober, and I will walk into the IOU completely sober and kind of pouting. But I'm like, it's for Leon, and I'm supposed to be on my best behavior.
You
Plus,
hear
I got a surprise, so
You hear Octavia's dad echoing through the halls, Jerry. Jerry, do we have brandy in here?
No, it's all gone.
Roll deception.
Damn it. Is Travis here?
No, he's got the night off.
All right, well, I'm going to have to dip out. I wasn't done this. All right, I'm going to go get some brandy.
Don't forget your top hat.
Right, yes, thank you. And you see him, like almost running as fast as he can through the halls, making his way to the front, putting on his jacket and top hat, and going out to buy some liquor.
I'm gonna go to the door and pretend to lock it, but I'm gonna walk away.
Jerry! I go to double check the door.
It's not locked.
Good.
It's about this time, Leon, that you and Anne are returning from your whatever you were doing that night.
We're just hanging out. Don't worry
Yeah, just
about it.
hanging out.
Just having a good time.
Super cash.
And roll me just a D10.
Terrifying.
This is
Also, did I get a gift from Otho? I just want to know. I
have a question for you then. Before
Yeah.
you roll that.
Terrifying.
So through the months, how
I've
much?
been checking in.
Okay. They haven't been annoyingly persistent, but they keep mentioning how their friends have had their kindred allies.
But what are we?
Not
no.
embrace them, but just empower them with their vitae, their blood.
I mean, I do that. That's fine.
Okay.
Embracing, that's a next
Yeah.
step of intimacy
That's
that
the
I'm
next
not ready for.
That's like, yeah.
But
So
you know, I think I'd have a nice moonlit, like, once again, my blood's sweet. It's sweet enough to be a drink.
Mhm.
So, I could make that a serum. I could have fun with that. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Are you saying Leon's got diabetes? Is that's what I heard?
No. No.
This entire night is unacceptable.
Otho presents your golden insulin pen.
No.
No, I think Otho would make you something. I think it would be like a quilt.
Ooh.
And it's not like a memory quilt where there's like small images. It's a very like subdued but elegant quilt that
Quilts are still time consuming. That's still a very kind gift.
from what I've described, Otho hangs out in this house and doesn't do anything. So has
Yeah.
time on their hands for sure.
On occasion, we'll enjoy the nightlife,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You are, by the way, basically their sugar daddy.
I'm aware.
Yeah. Okay.
Glucose Guardian.
Glucose guardian.
I'm deeply aware of the nature of that relationship. Does Anne know about it? Yes. Leon's about communication.
Anne plays jealousy as a fun game in your relationship without actually ever getting jealous.
God, I love her.
All right, roll me that D10.
Toxic. I love it. A healthy communication, folks. That's a 1.
Oh boy, I was gonna give you a premonition, but you are unaware.
I'm too busy getting lost in the eyes of my girlfriend. That's fine.
Yeah,
The
the
big
eyes
day.
of your girlfriend.
The eyes.
The eyes.
Gateway to the
Big
soul.
old bitties.
The whispering. And as you
Good.
Giant lady.
as she presses
Fuck,
the
go to
door,
horny jail.
as they press the door of the IOU. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought I did plan this, but way before you told me you didn't want to.
You're-
Leon, come! come
Huge hug immediately.
Yeah, I'm gonna as soon as Imogen releases him from the hug, Jerry's got the arm around you and is leading you to the party.
Okay. Can I at least get my coat off?
Presents!
Let's go, mate. Let's go.
Oh, Lord.
I'll help Leon with their coat.
I look at Anne, because I forgot her other nickname that I gave her.
I mean, that is
I look at Anne, and I notice our vests are kind of similar, except for mine is a little tighter. And I'm like, all right.
got yourself a new vest.
It's a special occasion.
It's snappy. And she kind of licks her thumb a little bit and rubs the sides. A bit of blood on the edge there, but you're good.
It was gonna get there eventually.
Octavia's dad isn't here yet, so feel free to be vampires for the moment. I think
Someone mentioned a present.
I think they got
There's
you.
a pile. There's a pile of presents.
I am admittedly very surprised. The surprise did work. Thank you all for your kindness. I suppose I will get to opening presents. I'm gonna open Jerry's first.
And Imogen's.
Yeah.
And Imogen's.
So you're gonna see on the package, it's gonna be scrawled in very beautiful calligraphy, clearly written by Imogen, from Imogen and Jerry. And when you open it, it's gonna be a leather-bound book. It's gonna be it's not gonna be a store-bought leather-bound book. It's very clearly handmade, but it's well done because Jerry spends a lot of time. And it's like a hardcover collection of all of your poems that Jerry has ever heard you recite. And it's the title is the unofficial collection of Leon Cavallo by Jerry and Imogen. Sorry. Near the back is going to be a poem that is not Leon Cavallo original. It's called Ode to the Leon, a sonnet by Jerry. My cheeky little Leon, you inspire me to write. I admire the way you perform, play, and converse. Enlightening my mind through the day and night, always wearing that damn purple jacket. Let me compare you to a feather. You're more flirty and more fantastic. The golden sun hates the pleasant breezes of June. The summertime has the crescent moon. How do I love you? Not a brother, my lads. I appreciate your eye for style and your personality. Thinking of your gravitas fills me with glee. My love for you is in the tonality. Now I must away with my stony art. Remember my words whilst we're apart. Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus.
I couldn't have written anything better myself. You truly are a brother to me, and I will give you a hug.
Yeah.
Imogen, thank you so much as well. I'm not one for surprises, but this has been already more than I could have imagined. I'll give you a hug as well if you'd like one.
I'm already hugging you.
Oh, perfect. I suppose I should open my gift from Octavia as well.
All right, here's mine. And it's a small... Well, I already described the bag. So you open the bag, and inside there's a bunch of crispy paper that makes nice sounds for everyone to hear. But inside you find a small gem. It's about the size of a toonie. Oh, you're American. Do you know what a toonie is?
I assume a big coin?
Yeah, okay.
It's a dollar. It's a dollar coin. It's like a silver dollar.
$2.
Okay.
It's $2.
That's why it's a toonie.
A loony is $1.
I'm an American living in Canada. I can translate for you.
That's like
British coins. Let's see, Google.
But anyways, all that aside, you get this sense that it could go in with your like little tie cravat that you have usually when you're out on your fancy outings. But inside is a swirling mist. And right now the mist is colored, and you can see many colors in it. You see blues, greens, yellows, and reds sort of filtering around inside. And Octavia says, "It's so you'll know that you're never alone. When one of us is thinking about you, it'll shine bright with our aura." And you can see that it's shining with everyone, all of the Coven's aura right now.
Wow, what a wonderful gift. Thank you. Well, now I need to incorporate it into my day-to-day outfit, so I appreciate this greatly. I'm gonna do some alterations later and like Leon gets a little lost in thinking about tailoring their own clothes for a second. Can I give you a hug as well?
Of course.
Leon gives you a big hug. I suppose there's Evelyn's as well?
Yes, it's quite large.
At this
and
point, you hear ding, 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 ding. Sorry. Happy birthday. I was.
You were supposed to shout surprise.
I'm sorry. I bought brandy for you. I do have another present downstairs, but do you drink brandy?
More of a... I do appreciate a good gin, but I still will appreciate this. Maybe as the festivities kick off, I will enjoy and imbibe this a little bit more.
All right. You keep going. I'll go get the present I've prepared for you. And he just goes off towards his room.
As soon as he leaves, I'm taking the brandy and stashing it with the rest of it. With the rest of my stash.
So mean.
That's my brandy.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it safe for you. I swear I won't drink it.
Safe from what? Who's the threat?
Don't be rude about my father.
It's a party. As long as you drink within a level that won't lead to masks coming off, everything is fine.
It's fine.
You can have a little, Jerry.
Don't worry about it. Continue. Evelyn's present.
Yes, Evelyn's present.
You see a large rectangular frame that's covered in brown paper, and there's a luxurious red bow. It still has a little slight smell.
Hold the bow very delicately and deliberately.
And as you reveal, you see a large painting of about 20 folks at a garden party, enjoying each other's company. It's very lively. And it's an original painting of The Luncheon of the Boating Party by Renoir.
Wonderful. Thank you. I suppose I'll need to exchange my thanks with Evelyn later, but I was not expecting any of this, so even I'm for once I'm at a loss for words.
No thanks are necessary, dear friend. We're so happy that you made it another rotation around the sun.
Honestly, with the way that I play my cards, I am always impressed that I managed to do so myself. This has been a good year, and this will continue to be a good year. I'm glad to know each and every one of you.
I got something for you.
Thank you as well, actually.
I'll let me go get it. And she's gonna walk off, and hidden in one of the side rooms, she'll come back with a large, wrapped, you can tell, is a painting. And she says, I actually got, I used some of my Camarilla contacts to get a commissioned painting for you. I got a portrait. And I don't know, I thought you might like it. And she like hands the portrait over to you. It's still wrapped. She's one of those people.
I'll unwrap it, of course.
As you do, and you tear the front face of it, a tinge of nostalgia stabs its way into you, as you would recognize these brushstrokes anywhere. And as you open it more, you see a beautifully rendered version of you in a very familiar style. And she says, yeah, when I talked to them, I started to describe you, but they knew you probably from the theater or something. Barely had to mention you at all.
How long ago was this conversation?
Probably a month ago when we started, you know, about a month ago.
I whisper first, do we want to just say are we dating? I'm fine to say we're dating. I
was gonna say fucking, but yeah, when we started making it official.
Yes.
Imogen looks so uncomfortable.
Just gonna bulldoze right past that. Did they mention anything about me staying looking like this forever, or any indicators like that?
I mean, they were quite excited, I would say would be the word, to make this for me, but I just thought that given that I told them our situation and they seemed to be appreciative of someone wanting to make this for you, I guess. They got a letter of authenticity, and as you look, you can see in the wrapping there's a small folded letter.
I'm going to immediately read it. I think there's almost a sort of franticness to this.
As you do, you unfold the paper and you see almost like scrawled, like quickly written scratches with paint smeared across it. For one moment, for you to think that I haven't been with you is an insult. I would never leave my muse, and I have been spending every day perfecting you. Cyrus.
That's love. When you said a month ago, did you? Where was this? Where did you manage to? Is he still in town?
Yeah, the Evelyn told me a painter in London who was pretty well renowned.
I didn't realize he was in town. That's my.
Sorry, did I do something wrong?
No. Nothing wrong. I didn't realize that I was still being watched in town, and he hasn't said anything to me, so I guess I've been being tested, maybe. That I whisper, that's just my sire, dear.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would explain it. He didn't charge me.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. Did you tell him a lot about what I've been up to, or?
No, I mentioned you, and as I said, he seemed really excited, and I said our situation, and I loosely described you and kind of like gestures to the painting that's like perfect. I guess he kind of knew you.
He knows me better than anyone else I've ever met. Yeah.
It's at this time that you hear ding 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 as the door is opened to the office. And you see standing a gaunt figure wearing a long trench coat that hits the floor. Their hair has sort of like fallen away, and you can see patches of scalp underneath. Their eyes are sunken in, and their skin is pale. And they sort of hold their hands to their chest. Greeting. Hello. The investigators of the occult and unusual, I presume.
Right, yeah, sorry, mate. We're closed for a private party.
Oh, I think you'll be most interested in my message.
Yeah, who's it from then?
My master. My name is Jonathan Harker. I have a message from Lord Dracula. He wishes to meet...
Sir! Well, hang on a second. Wait, Amy, where's the notepad?
Writing things down.
I need you to, sign your name on this. It's a sign-in sheet. Right, yeah.
He, grabs the pen with these, frail fingers and starts to, slowly write on the paper.
Yeah. As he's writing that, I look back at the group, and I'm like, this is what I mean. How did he pull Nina? Anyway, moving on.
I'll take a quick leave of absence, and I think I go down to try to intercept Octavia's father, and
wait.
I can just
stay.
Okay.
He needs all of you. He has made a deal with the Camarilla. He wishes to meet in Elysium. Immediately. Gather all of you. And as he says that, he goes blank, and you hear a crack as his leg gives way, and he falls to the ground and dies.
Oh, I had so many questions.
And that's where we're gonna end for tonight.
There's a happy birthday!
I had so many questions.
What?
Wow.
The flock.
So rude.
Holy shit.
Let me tell you, thank you for joining us, because your viewership means the world to us. And we hope you enjoyed spending time with us and our shenaniganery and chaos and birthday partying tonight. If you did enjoy yourselves, want to show your support, the best way to do so is by heading over to patreon.com/tabletoptitties. When you become a patron, you get access to a multitude of behind-the-scenes snippets, polls that affect our games that you see here, bonus episodes, and more. Jerry's reading club list is on there, and it actually featured the birthday present that was given to Leon today, which I saw. Very cool. Find out what other stuff is featured there by going to our Patreon. We also have a merch store. If you saw this show tonight and thought to yourself, I could use some Tiddies merch, I would love it, then do so. Purchase your own at tabletoptitties.threadless.com. And
on our merch, we also have a Halloween logo version that has just re-gone live.
Spooky. Limited time.
Yeah.
Speaking of supporting these titties, our Indiegogo shout out for this evening goes to Beverly Field. Thank you so much for supporting us and backing our campaign, getting this season off the ground. We couldn't do it without you. Last but not least, make sure to follow us on social media at Tabletop Titties. And if you tweet using the hashtag TTTitties, you just might get an NPC named after you. You can find all this info on our website, www.tabletoptitties.com. And remember, when we say titties, it's always with double D's.
Stick around. We're going to raid Dork Tales, so show them some love.
Titty raid!
Because next episode
Best
is
kind of
going to
raid.
feature their Kelly. Their Kelly. Not this one.
Two Kellys!
Oh,
So let them
One
know how
day.
excited you are to have their Kelly on.
Woohoo!